Ambry Thomas, end of round 3, cornerback with a lot of good physical traits, didn't play last year. What do you think? Is this their best pick?
No. And yes.
Okay.
No, because we should have drafted a cornerback earlier because there were some greater talents than he is. I do think that he will be rusty next season because 1 year without football is 1 year without football. I like his prototypical size. I like his speed. I like his intelligence. But to be honest, he's more likely the style he plays makes him think of him as a nickelback, not a real outside cornerback right now. Although I like his physicality and his size and everything about him. I just can't see him as a real outside cornerback.
I felt this was the reach of the draft. Now that I've gone back and looked at it, I mean, he has potential. He's 6 feet tall. He runs a 4.3. He had some picks and he played at Michigan. And that's like, wow, all that at the end of round 3, that's amazing. But I mean, he was ranked by CBS 128 and by NFL 132. This to me is the Niners missed out on that first crop of cornerbacks, which goes away quick. I mean, after about pick 35, it's gone. Yeah. It's just not as deep of a position as wide receiver, although it's just as important. And so they missed out. They didn't have any picks before 43. And they tried to find a diamond in the rough at 102. And so they reached a little bit on some traits. So we'll see if it works out. But most of the time, these are the kind of picks that don't. He didn't play last year. He's got like 1 season of production. It's like a hope. And this is a Hail Mary on this one, I feel like. It's tough to find good corners this late in the draft. I know what they're trying to do. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but
it's hard.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible. And this guy certainly has the traits. I mean, it's not like they got a guy who's 5'10" and runs a 4.5. Like, he's 6 feet tall. He runs a 4.3. He certainly has the potential to play man-to-man coverage on a lot of different wide receivers in the league. It seems like the Niners are switching their philosophy and they want smaller, mid-sized corners who play man-to-man.
Maybe they are doing that, but I really like this pick because finally we drafted a guy for a real need that this team has after that offensive guard pick, which I think was a reach as well.
Sure.
But I don't see him as a real outside cornerback. I don't see him as the next Richard Sherman or the next Jason Verrett. I don't think that he has that I don't know, that mentality that makes him like those guys.
Grade it.
It's an A- for me because finally we drafted a cornerback. And although I don't like the pick, I understand that that in the 3rd round, at the end of the 3rd round, it's a great pick.
I'd give it a B-. I mean, it fills a need. They needed to take a cornerback at this spot because they'd waited pretty long. But I just don't. I mean, he has bust potential. 1 year production, didn't play last year. A little nervous. I feel like it was a little bit of a reach. I understand it. If you wait this long. If they didn't take Ambry Thomas, the guy they would have taken after him at cornerback wouldn't have had really any shot to be good. This guy has a shot to be good. We'll see. Yeah. I just feel like one of these days the Niners are really going to have to spend like an actual high draft pick on a corner. They can't keep trying to find diamonds in the rough. It's harder than it seems. It's easier to be a wide receiver or running back. Anyway.
Yeah, I think right now one of the most important positions in the NFL is cornerback. That's why good cornerback prospects goes usually high on the draft, and finding a great cornerback later is so hard. The last team that could do that constantly was the Seattle Seahawks, back with the Legion of Boom, but that's all.
But then they were in zone. If you're trying to find guys who can like mirror and stick with the best athletes in the world, who are the wide receivers, man, you're not going to find that guy that's 102nd pick.
No.
Every team passed on this premium athlete 3 times, and he can just run around with and cover guys like DeAndre Hopkins and DK Metcalf, because that's what you're trying to find. You don't have anyone who can match up with DK Metcalf. That's what you've been trying to find, and you're hoping that Ambry Thomas can do it. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying if he can, hell of a pick, man. Everyone passed on this dude almost 4 times. So good job. Yeah.
Just a quick answer to Cohn Sziraki, if I read his name correctly. sorry, Sean. I may look tired or things like that, but after all, I really like this draft. I think it was one of our greatest drafts in our past few years, so I really like that. But
Yeah.
I'm a Hungarian. I just cannot stay here as a positive guy at all. So I must show you guys that I'm always negative. So that's why you may not see me being happy.